Hey, hey, I'm Traube, FlaVR's virtual assistant. I write emails, I text, diagnose, depress, hello. I forgot to turn on streamer mode. Come Don't look at me. Don't look at me. So, we're almost done, I think. I don't know how long this game is, but I feel like we're approaching some sort of big moment soon. We're hot on the trails of someone running away. However, they've had a lot more time to run away than I have. But they are probably somewhere nearby, considering Ruby has most likely bought my gun. I am almost certain she's the person who bought my gun. And, well, that's not good. It's not very good at all. That is not Disco Elysium, you lying video game. That is still not Disco Elysium. Okay. Properties. Same executable, thank you. Much better. How's it going? It's going. I'm going. That's for sure. We're still a bit away from the ending, really? Well, it's still pretty exciting, nonetheless. Chasing after I can't say convicted felon. They've not been charged with anything because we literally don't know what they look like, honestly. But I'll beat them. I'll beat them up real good. And I'll get my gun back, and I hope my gun doesn't, yell at me like my freak tie does. Would it be better for me to remove the tie altogether? Because it only gives me A in an Emperor compared to a whole drama. 2 whole drama. Yes, it would be. However, the tie more or less lets me know things I shouldn't do. I'll listen to the tie, and by listen I mean I will strongly ignore the tie. If you remove the tie, it's gone forever. I don't believe so. Or maybe it is. We'll know soon if we have any more crazy voices, because I've definitely removed it temporarily. Oh boy, some change on the ground. Oh. I can't just jump down there? Okay.
You stop mid-step
and
put your hand on the garish necktie.
Okay.
That bottle, Bratan! Just look at that bottle!
No. The necktie is definitely still talking to me. Oh, if you remove it, yeah. I mean, if I don't have it equipped, it's not going to talk to me, but I have it equipped, so it will. I'm trying to stay sober here.
This isn't even about that! This is about so much more than regular alcohol. Please go talk to him. See what it's about. I'm drawn to it.
Interesting. Take those coins. Bushes are too thick and throwing you to pass through.
Hey, tequila!
Idiot doom spiral. The man, a 30-something clad in a 2-piece Licora TM tracksuit, downs his pilsner and extends his hand in greeting.
Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation?
Oh no. Shake his hand.
So what's happening?
Wait, tequila?
Yeah, tequila sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset. More on that later.
Huh?
I like this guy. You should too. He respects you by calling you your true name.
Mm-hmm. We entered the unity to conquer it. To bend it to my will. I am the law. People tell me I'm a cop. I'm getting used to that. I've re-entered reality to conquer it. To bend it to my will. I am the law.
That's the spirit. I used to shape reality into my image long time ago. Those days are over now.
He looks at his shit-stained Liquor jacket with a grim expression.
Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom's Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
He takes a sip from his beer. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around here lately?
Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys.
Man.
He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
You didn't need to tell me, Drama. I could figure that out on my own. What is a tequila sunset? You keep saying it.
It's you. You're Tequila Sunset.
How do you know this?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
No, I have a problem with that.
You sure don't.
Aha. Do you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be?
Got a bit lost. Who was Ruby again? I can't use the words, the Hardy Boys used to describe her. Ruby is a suspicious woman, the 8th Hardy Boy who, or is someone very closely affiliated with the Hardy Boys. Okay, get some sleep. Okay, take care, Amanda. Have a good night. Gardner lawyer, right? No. That was just, Mr. Shipping Containers, lawyer to babysit the Hardys. Ruby is a, red-haired woman who gets things done, was in the workers union as a trucker as well, and is currently a murder suspect. AKA, she's running away for some reason. We found a bullet in the shack she was in, or shack she was staying in for the time. A singular bullet left under the wood flooring that we suspect to be her emergency way out. Permanent way out. But it seems it never came to that, or we would have found a body there. Now she's heading, was it north, I think? To some town. And, yeah, that's it pretty much. We're chasing this Ruby, who is most definitely some way related to Harry. I refuse to believe she's just a random woman. Thus, like I said about the whole red not being a common color, mostly being shades of blue, browns, oranges. Even that's not a full red, it's a reddish-orange color. No crimson red has been spotted, I believe. I mean, sure, he's wearing red pants, but like, the amount of orange and browns compared to red is noticeable.
Tequila. Tequila Sunset. Something ominous there.
For some reason, the name tequila fills me with foreboding. Maybe I shouldn't mean what. No, go ahead.
Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday. And by Tequila Sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth.
Was I alone?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
Oh, yeah, not the first time this has come up.
Hey, man, I'm not judging. This life's a valley of woes. Some of the highest concept people in history have killed themselves. And been drunks.
I don't want to relate to those people. Like, the funny German, and I can't think of anybody else who died. Or, excuse me, off themselves, and was often drunkard.
Either way, it was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, got our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowing.
We get our drink on 24/7.
Oh, yes, you do, Bratushka. The only thing better than that is putting the pedal to the metal after you kiss the tie. And off we go.
One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza. Followed by a series of dings and bangs. Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
I want to get off the story train.
Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed.
Yeah, I believe that.
Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic.
With the brewski. Brewski and
What
hand.
we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs. The time hath come!
Oh.
So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things."
What happened next?
Your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice.
I see.
We ran towards the ice, whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to. We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now, and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
When did I become Raphael? Oh. Costo. Tequila Sunset sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
How long did we party for?
Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon.
Nice.
Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women. How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. how one of them...
Why did
fucked
that one damage
the
morale and nothing else?
After a short
Well, I
while,
guess it's
he
because I
crossed
knew
the
about it.
enterprise and looked sullen
And none of this has
got
been a
up and left
surprise.
without saying anything.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct.
Sure, you
must
could
be
say that.
proud to work with him.
If you only knew.
If you only. Did I tell you anything specific about this person that fucked me?
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
Please, don't open that door.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Yes, sir, you do.
Abigail.
Abigail.
To be honest, if I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit.
Yeah, sure. Did I mention losing anything else?
Beside your gun and your badge, you said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
Did I say anything about my
You
colleagues?
told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest...
Did I try
was
opening the
cramping
mysterious
your style.
container? I've not. Is it worth it? Is it something I need to put an experience point in to save scum over? Because if it is, I'll do it. If it's not, then well, it's a bit far by now. It is? Okay.
It's more like you were cramping theirs.
No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
So you get more % chance. Oh. Did I say anything about the case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
It's not meant as a joke. He's sorry for the hermit cop.
Sorry, Kermit Cop. Did you get a read on what kind of cop I
You
was?
kept apologizing
No!
for being such a bad cop. And for the damage you
I've always
inflicted
been a
on
sorry
everyone
cop.
around you.
It's bred into me. I'm the sorry cop. No.
You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temples, saying, "Stupid, stupid, stupid."
Stupid, stupid. I don't need to hear anymore.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
Be seeing you.
You too, Tequila Sunset.
Can I get the name Tequila Sunset now? I want to be named Tequila Sunset. Wait, do I even have an XP? Oh, I do have, like, plenty. Okay, then. This is why I don't take off the tie. For, moments like that. Also, please excuse the Minecraft noises. I'm just sitting in the end waiting for a legendary or a shiny to spawn. I'm basically hunting. I'm hunting right now. Because I don't have to do anything. I haven't had a job for years. Through here. More oranges. Yeah. I'm really emphasizing on the whole color thing, because anything from this game, they're like
The cargo container. Its drawer is not
massive, what do you call it? Whatever, nerds. Color theory, color theory, that's about it, honestly. Oh, -1 rhetoric, whoops. Drama. -1 rhetoric. Okay, I don't get any rhetoric.
You're back before the cargo.
Did I save?
You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here.
The police sirens do something for me, okay?
And as it's all
Okay. What if my gun's in here? No, that's right. He doesn't have my gun.
you're back before the cargo container.
If it doesn't go on this one, then I'll put another
You're
point
back
into
before
rhetoric.
the cargo container.
Okay. Rhetoric.
You're back before the cargo
17.
container. Despite
There we
the
go.
dirt that surrounds and trails you, a beacon of light emerges from deep within you.
Hello? Is there anybody in there?
The door stands silent.
Satisfied, detective?
A weary smile crosses the lieutenant's face.
Try again.
If there's someone in there, I'd like to talk to you.
Just like that, you hear a click, then a rattle. Some mechanism
Oh my-
unlocks
that
itself
works?
inside the door.
You can't be serious.
The smile disappears. Oh my...
The man stands at
He
the
is
far
light
end
bending.
of the shipping container.
Okay.
It's hard to say anything more about him. You cannot make out any of his details, but you do feel the overwhelming presence of capital. The feeling causes all the hairs on your body to stand at attention, like soldiers preparing for review.
Squint?
Something's amiss. The light beams bend around his face and scatter in 1,000 directions. It seems the laws of physics do not apply here. They are suspended, distorted, and echo.
Kitsuragi?
Trying to visualize the physics at play is liable to give you an
Well,
aneurysm.
20 in
Don't
visual
think about it too
calculus?
hard.
20? I can't even hit that.
In the general stillness, only your tongue moves, flickering as you utter.
Hello.
Welcome. Come in. Make yourself at home. Sorry, I'm not better able to receive you. I wasn't expecting visitors today.
You can't hear him exactly, yet you're able to understand every word he says. It is very strange. An overwhelming hum.
Why is this
covers
one so
everything.
low?
Voice doesn't escape from him.
Now, what can I do for you, gentlemen?
Who are you?
Who am I? Oh, I haven't been asked that question for such a long time. I don't meet a lot of people outside my circle these days.
Yeah, you have a pretty small circle if you ask me.
Anyhow, my name is Rustam Theodore, investor, license holder, and extremely high net worth individual. And you are?
Mr. Diodore, I am Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi of the RCM, and this is my partner.
Harrier du Bois.
Pleasure to meet you, Harrier Dubois. I must admit, the name suits you very well.
I'm sad I couldn't say, Twilight Tequila. How did you become so rich?
To be perfectly blunt, I inherited my fortune from my grandmother, who herself was an extremely high net worth individual back in Grad.
Okay.
All I did was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not, it takes more than a bit of skill not to blow a vast fortune on sailing boats, bad choices, and unsupervised state policy.
What is it like being an extremely high net worth individual?
gotta tell you, at first, being rich is a lot of work. You've got to work hard because everything's so darn expensive. You know, prices increase exponentially at this income level. But then, once you've reached my position, it's nearly impossible for me not to make money. My assets are so diversified that I'm bound to come out ahead no matter what. Some of my lower net worth friends say to me, but doesn't that take all the fun out of it? And I tell them, not really.
Cool. I don't even have any interesting replies. Real. Capital accumulation is its own reward. It's great that you've done so well for yourself, but don't you think you owe some of that wealth to the rest of society?
Sure. And they benefit when I buy things to stimulate the economy. Do you know how many jobs it takes to build and maintain a racing yacht?
Hundreds?
Dozens, at least. Of course, in the future, it will all be automated. But my point is this. Every man gets what he earns. It's the height of tyranny to take that from him.
Every man gets what he earns. It's the height of tyranny to take that from it.
It is truly. It's almost entirely carefree. It really leaves you time to better yourself spiritually.
Hey, all this talk about money has made you lose the thread. What is going on with the light in this place? That's what you need to ask him about.
What are you doing in this container?
Traveling. This is a great
Why do I have so
road
much
to
money?
get around. It's fun, it's safe, and it gives me
When did I
lots of
get so
time
much
to
money?
think. By the way, let me now ask
That's
you
not a
question.
correct number.
Where are we exactly?
We're in Martinez, District Revachol, the former capital of the world. In Martinez, a pretty good hotel here, called the Boiling in Rags.
Oh, interesting. I've made quite a few real estate places over the years. It's a shame I can't get out and explore myself. One of the downsides of being an extremely high net worth individual is that mobs of low net worth individuals are constantly banding together to ask for money.
So you travel from place to place via shipping container.
Smart, you know? It also provides a means to hide from all the targeted advertising we extremely high net worth individuals.
I don't know what to say about this. I'm trying to commentary, but like, this is hard.
Luxury yachts, high fidelity portable radio systems, fail-proof outerwear, and so on. It just gets a bit middle class after a while. A bit bourgeois.
So you're saying being rich isn't worth the hassle?
What? No, I did not say that at all. Being rich is great. Just don't tell anyone I told you that.
There's something strange about
What do
you.
you mean?
Well, I don't know how to put it. You look somehow a little
Are
different.
you talking about my chin?
No, it means that I can't see you. Yeah, it's the chin. As if something's happening to the light.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yes, I've heard of this effect, though I've never witnessed it myself, of course. It has something to do with our Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient.
The Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient is a ratio designed to reflect the difference in net worth between individuals. When the coefficient is close to 1, or 100%, it means one person possesses all the net worth. Among that group of individuals, it's been observed that when the Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient reaches about 0.96 or so, the laws of physics begin to bend around the high net worth individual.
Cortisol coefficient.
The Weiss-Weisman coefficient for you and this individual appears to be 0.9998. Repeating.
Are you telling me that you're so rich that the light literally bends around your face?
Among other things. But calm down. I am but a lowly single-digit billionaire.
I'm calm.
That's good.
Come on, are you seeing this weird stuff?
I see nothing of the sort. To be frank, all I see is a gentleman who is unusually well dressed for Martinez, in a cargo container, which I admit is odd.
Yes. I imagine that does look strange to you. My container.
I'm not gonna ask him for money, that's rude. We should get back to our investigation. Thanks for your time.
Why go so soon? I feel with...
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
You must be mistaken. I'm a real radical.
Of course, a radical centrist. In these bright and loud times, where 1,000 frequencies drown one another out, sober thinking is a radical act.
Huh.
It's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
First, where is this kingdom of conscience?
It is not a place. It is a moment.
This sounds
in time
awful.
That can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times.
It's not based, but a moment in time that can arise in all of human histories. How do you bring about these circumstances?
Incrementally. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
But what about all the things that are wrong now?
Tisk tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs.
Oh,
at
the
of the future.
We need to suffer now so the future prospers. No, you can't force this on me.
Never live to see the kingdom of conscience. What benevolence.
This sounds mega boring. Count me out.
What you want is immaterial. The kingdom of conscience is coming, whether you like it or not.
Okay.
Only very slowly.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Huh.
Welcome back.
Can I have some
I
money?
don't see how it's appropriate for a representative of the law to ask a wealthy person for money. This shines a bad light on the RCM, if you catch my meaning.
Come now. There is not even a cent of corruption here. I'm merely being polite. So, let me check my pockets. As you may know, us high net worth individuals do have...
You have like a 20 on you?
Investments and liquidity are enemies of one another. I think I only have coins for coffee machines. Here is 3 real.
Oh.
How much can you get for this?
Thank you for your kindness.
You're welcome. You know,
The light seems to bend more aggressively.
maybe you can make that money grow. Come up with an investment plan. How's that sound?
This is a proposal, not a question.
Conceptualize. Art degree useless. Nice. Investment plan, huh? Can I you're bending the light in my menu, sir. Okay. Concept. Calculus. It does not look like I have, conceptual awareness. No. No, I do not. Nor will I. What's the percentage? 3%?
What can I do for you?
If business planning were really your strong...
I can hit this. I will play Pain if I have to.
If
Pain. Pain. We like the pain.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
I'll just run it a few times.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
Because I do kind of want to actually play video game today.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
if business...
I like these odds. As much as these are nice odds.
Welcome back,
I also like doing other things as well.
welcome back, gentlemen.
If business...
Okay, one more.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
If...
I said one more, but I'm a liar.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
If business planning were really your...
Okay, let's I think that's enough for me. Very strange fellow. Excuse me, was that my monitor glitching or the game glitching, or was that like a real glitch right there? Or like in-game real glitch, real quick glitch. Hello.
Mr. Dubois, now, what can it ever...
In the container I asked you about, turns out there's a mega rich light bending guy inside.
Mega rich light bending guy? Oh my god. How did that get in there?
He's so rich he could get in anywhere.
Damn it to hell, Harry. I
You didn't see any
specifically
glitch?
told my guys to check all the containers for mega rich light bending guys.
Kim, tell him he was there.
There was a guy in the container, but he didn't bend any light. That was in the detective's head.
Honestly, guys, we might be moving all kinds of suspicious things through this harbor, but I won't be caught transporting the light-bending mega-rich. I have a reputation to protect.
The mega rich people too. The mega rich are people too. He was a nice man. Gave me stock tips. Reputation mega rich should be more tightly regulated. Didn't seem like it was safe. He should be honored by the presence of this Magnus. He was half Revacholian blood and amassed wealth using a mysterious bond of nationhood. He was nice.
No, they're not. They're vermin, and one just found a way inside my container.
Preach
Soon,
free
we'll bring the
market.
others. All three of them. Thank you for telling me. I'll see to this immediately. I shudder to think what you're going to tell me next, Harry.
Not for 1 second did he believe there's an actual mega-rich person somewhere in his container town.
I just finished investigating the local drug trade.
Ah, yes. Your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry.
Actually, Revachol doesn't have a mayor. He refuses to discuss it further. It's probably just a small nuisance to him. Not even a speck of anger in his voice. That's that then.
Okay. Well, I guess that's that. I got some XP off of him, yay. Yay, smile. There was... Oh, my screen is just tearing. There's a menu up here? Oh. I didn't know that. Yeah, my screen is just tearing. It's probably fine. It's probably just fine. Okay, it's bothering me. I'm gonna turn off my screen. Turn it back on. Maybe that'll do it. I hope. Maybe VSync? I don't really know what VSync is or what it does. And I don't see a VSync. Do we even bother talking to the rest of the drunks? Nah, day's getting pretty close to ending. Gotta make fast on our feet and get through what you can. VSync fixing is tearing, but it kills FPS for some PCs. Oh. Okay. Well, I'm not sure, honestly. I've not been down here. Glory, says the graffito, to the ghost of us. Uh-oh. That their music connection beneath tarpaulin. Music. Tape, smallest church in St. Denis.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader.
Press play.
You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing.
Press your ear against the speaker.
It sounds like someone's moving in the room, getting comfortable. Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune, echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Cessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. Within seconds you know, this is the one, the real shit you've been looking for. The one you trust your room to that Claudia told you about. Perform it. A click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning.
Did I sing this for karaoke? I think I could sing this.
Of course you could sing this. You could take sad.
Hello, Danny. Hello.
With this. And
I'm being
since you've listened to it, like
sad disco man, and
yep, they're all here, all 3 verses, and the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands on your way.
Nothing can stop me now.
Gart, you have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over,
I've definitely won him over. I've done so much for him.
Out. Make everyone understand.
I will make them
The
understand.
lieutenant watches you pack up the boombox. He doesn't say anything.
I have to. Harry de Bois will be free to sing his heart out. Let me turn this down a little bit for me. I need to be a bit loud. Let's see, children. Is it this way?
A drop in temperature, an easy flow there. An empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps. Just silence.
What did the smoke smell like?
Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree watches over the building. Its branches are dripping with rain and snow. The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A row of tenements are under construction in the distance.
Who are the people who live across the
A
road?
tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes.
At the bus
number
stop.
312D. Young girls.
The road?
Craters pocked the surface.
That's enough.
The wind moves the aerosol.
Oh, not something I can go past. Okay, I go up here. Just an average-ish town that way. Some real poop water right here. Rust-eaten letter reads Mazut. Mazut? Rid of a tire motor carriage abandoned Dornsey Streets. Relax, it's not yours. You didn't crash every motor carriage in Rubber Show. Hopefully. Some money. Water runs from the west. The source is upstream. Broken pipe. Oh, art. I'm the art cop. Wait, what's in here? Ooh, money.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
Blonde man stands next to his son, pointing to the weather-worn ruins. He sees you approaching and smiles.
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kituragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Wait, what was that about the windows
Oh
before?
yes. So Mikhail, they had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
Huh. You and Kim know each other.
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
He rests his hands on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching the warm, themed coloring book.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into verbs lately.
Huh.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
Huh.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why? Well, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the
Looking for a
Occidental
suspect. Have you seen anyone suspicious around?
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just...
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off. He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone.
What's so fascinating about an empty old building?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
Research and development. How did you fail that, you stupid outbook? The building
It
looming
looks
over you.
old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on
What's
a
an
broken
R&D department?
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore.
Yeah, I know that.
You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Mayor Kalpa, you are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead.
I don't think I've ever heard of this failed electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve. I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that, Ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
Oh.
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution, revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer. Which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
What happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Boy wipes his nose on his sleeve.
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
What happened to the engineers, the company people?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the excesses of the revolution?
Rhetoric, don't. He means they all died at the hands of communist tape computers.
Tape computers.
Yes. What did revolutionaries do with those advanced tape
They used
recorders?
them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars. What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia.
Anti-Star Rail?
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bombessier d'Insolinde. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
Worms. I wanted to
But
ask
of
something
course.
else.
What else?
Thanks for all the interesting information.
No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Pick your brain. If anything, this was rather one-sided. He did the talking. Whatever.
Rhetoric, you're being annoying. Be quiet. Big painting.
You
huh?
see, a once bright mural towering above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking. Feld Electrical, you only know them as a small company that makes ink cartridges. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Could Ruby be in there?
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there. Or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe.
We're doing this. Hold on. Time to shiver up. I'm running on instinct here. Physical instrument. Chemistry. Oh boy. Don't have much of it, but let's see, shivers.
The once bright mural
3% still
towers
with
above you,
everything.
saying,
Okay, I do want to go in there and listen to the wind.
the once bright mural towers.
Wait a minute. No, one more
The
time
once
and that's
bright
all.
mural towers. Suddenly, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead.
She
No
could be
rustle.
anywhere. How do we find
Or
her?
do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. I think there's people west of here. We could ask them.
Indeed, you hear
And then there's the church. If I were a murder suspect...
or spiritual. She could be looking for refuge.
Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way. Sector by sector. Go...
Okay. One more. One more, I believe. I believe. That's a lie, I don't believe, but
The
it'd be
once
really
bright
funny.
mural. Suddenly, all is
Okay.
I'll do... She's...
indeed.
And then...
Or spirit
Anyway, we...
trying to talk to the wind. A prayer of sorts. To Revachol.
Thank you, the Emperor. That tells me where she is.
An adventure awaits. An adventure on the wind.
Huh? Hold on. Get me tools out. Money. No, Nosfed. Oh. Oh, hearing item. Good, actually. And then I can put back on my... Uh-huh. To the church we go. That's where I'm putting my faith, at least. Buzz, hum, the electricity flows through the wires with audible power.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
Take a closer look.
It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
Why not?
It's a guano-encrusted jacket, and you're already carrying around enough as it is.
No. Filthy rag has been attached to the mercy of the elements for some time. Jigs of seagull shit and abnormally stiff from God knows what natural process. Can't even tell what brand it is.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
How did this thing get so
It's a
disgusting?
sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it?
Think about
It
it.
occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it.
Gross.
Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck.
Ew.
Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out.
Why did I? Okay. Oh. You. Postcard. Oh! Mega Bruno's prescription lenses. More encyclopedia at the cost of prescription. Or at the cost of perception. Where's my perception at? Oh, it's awful anyway. I could use some encyclopedia. Oh, but this is in an empire. Empire? Whatever. I want this more. Church checkpoint? Where? What did I do? Eh?
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach.
Oh.
Fear.
And what's that smell?
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Eyes up, detective. Something's not right here.
Oh no. Hold on.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled...
Hold on. Is this... Oh, he's...
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
Hold on.
The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. Two bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life.
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Study the man's clothes.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. A cool leather jacket with a bolt of blue? Oh no. This sounds terrible.
Oh, search his pockets.
Find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Study the man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole.
Examine his face.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze.
The number one cause of death over 30 is accidents.
Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all. He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last.
Study the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. Be very, very careful where you step here.
Examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
It's hard to say.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Step on the
The
floorboards.
boards screech under the weight of the T5 ceramic sabatons. It's a good thing they're so light, because it's hard to determine whether it was the dead man's weight that caused the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile.
Oh, the boots saved me.
He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him.
Examine the bottle.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
Tear all around us. I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
True. It feels Disrespectful.
Examine the chewing gum wrapper.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Looking.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too?
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
Really?
In a ditch off a road below the 881, he thinks. A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop.
Ditch off a road below the 881. Sounds like he swerved.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Who is this
Looks
man?
like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here.
We did.
But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
A dead working class man with a bottle in his hand? Don't deceive yourself. You know who this is.
We know who this is. It's a working class woman's missing husband. Dead on the
woman you met
boardwalk.
at the book stand?
A leather
How do you think
jacket.
it's her husband?
It matches her description perfectly.
The bright blue lining? Well, he's definitely someone's husband. Looks like, but that's
A dead
the woman you met at the
Library
book. I
card.
can't see a book. So he took the book to the library, then came back and thought, I'll have one.
The view from the lookout is beautiful.
Damn it. He's definitely someone's husband.
What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident.
Do you think he
If
was
it wouldn't
drunk?
have been for that bench, he'd be... Oh yes.
What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the box.
Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's
We'll
dangerous.
seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep it.
Right.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward.
What should we do with
From
him?
where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
I still need some time to decide how I want to solve this case.
No need to rush.
Leave for now. Quick save. This library card.
The library card is folded into two. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. If lost, please return the card to the library.
We should first decide what to do with the body, before taking any other actions.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Scary. I don't know what to do with that. Part of me really wants to take the case. Another part of me says, chase after woman while I have the time. Pick up.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic. You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
No. Put 10 cents in, dial a random number.
Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. End of tone.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre?
What's Pierre like?
So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died.
It gets lonely even when you're with people.
Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's different.
Her voice is drowned in white noise. noise, sound. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
That's enough of that. Let's investigate this church. It's totally not evil, right? Right? Saint Bruno 1147. Dusty pews. An altar shrouded in the dark or something like that. It's too dark to tell. Oh, dark. I can fix that. It's a bench? I can't re-inspect it with the light out? Okay.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Rattle the doors to see if they open.
Nothing happens, only the sound of the padlock rattling against the door.
I don't think that's going to work. Do you think our suspect is hiding inside?
She might be. It's worth checking out anyway.
The lieutenant nods silently. The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the surface is smooth from the wind. This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hack. You see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. There is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen before.
What makes it so modern?
It's the contrast between the cheery, chemical yellow and the rigor mortis. As if the cheery guy didn't know he was dead, or the dead guy didn't care that he was. Either way, you get the sense these forces of future have chosen to pick something that reminds you of you.
Have we seen this symbol before?
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses.
No.
What does it look like to you?
Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
What is suggestive? Okay, what is junior delinquency?
The moral intern defined junior delinquents as minors between the ages of 10 and 16 who have committed an act in violation of the law. These acts aren't called crimes as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called delinquent acts. This was part of your officer's exams.
You say that like I haven't forgotten everything.
I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
I agree, it's very modern, but does that cheer guy not know he's dead, or does that guy not care that he is? What is the source of irony here?
That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
Expected
The
staple.
padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Should you want to get through, it might be easier to just pry the whole thing off.
No.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together.
If you really think we should get in there, we need to find some other way.
Where do you think we should start?
Can you hear the pulsing bass underneath the east wind?
Let me quick save so I don't accidentally fail.
Wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeled. Now it's stuck to your thumb.
Put the sticker in your ledger after the last entry. On your ledger, right on the cover.
Voila! Looks very modern. You're part of the Future Brigade now, and so is your formerly humdrum ledger. Neon, baby.
Leave. The voices in my head told me to investigate the church, therefore that's what I'm doing. Let's see, anything back here? is this?
An old door worn by elements.
Interfacing,
guards the
wow.
depot. The wind has blown.
What is this
It's
thing?
military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to service what?
Probably something that is no longer there.
This is such a high check, though.
An old door worn by you rattle the handle a bit, then push.
How can we get in there?
Don't get in there.
What do you mean? We get into, like, everywhere.
Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact.
No. We've gotten into every door thus far.
Door could be part of the investigation.
Relax. No one's hiding in there. If we...
At least you can think about opening.
Oh, but I'm opening that door. No, I'm not gonna think about opening the door. Hold on. Interfacing. I believe it's just these. Yeah. Then I have a level 2. Interfacing at 5? No. Why'd I have this?
An old door worn by elements guards the depot.
Changes nothing. This is one we're getting into. Military? Yes, please.
An old door worn by you rattle the
Moving position in Cobblemon because I feel like I haven't seen anything spawn here, and that's a bad sign. I don't know what exact conditions need to be met for anything to spawn.
An old door worn by elements. An old door worn by elements. You rattle the handle a bit. An old door worn by elements. You rattle.
This is gonna suck. This is going to suck a lot.
An old door worn by elements. You rattle the handle. An old door worn by elements. You rattle the handle a bit, then push. An old door worn by elements.
Save scumming really is its own art.
Old door worn by elements.
Out of all the meta-narrative games, I'm surprised save scumming isn't like a commonly used, you know, form of leveling or something. Like imagine saving and then reloading, but you keep the amount of XP or level you had.
An old door worn by elements. An old door worn by elements. You rattle the handle a bit, then push. An old door worn by elements. You rattle the handle a bit, then push.
What's this song? It's Pain from Cyberpunk.
You rattle the handle a bit. An old door Warned by you rattled. An old door warned by you.
You need to try the other stations. Did you only stay on one station? That's okay, I stayed on one station mainly as well. No, that's not true. When the DLC came around, I switched stations pretty often.
An old door warned by you. An old door warned by you. An old door warned by elements. You rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. Not only is it locked, it's also
Double farming. Double farming.
warned by elements. You rattle.
Darn.
An old door warned by elements. You rattle the handle a bit, then push. An old door warned by elements.
And when you have that constant place, everything burns. Oh.
Warned by elements. You rattle the
I like the two new radio stations they added. Dark Star and something else. The Dirge? No, that's the base one.
an old door warned by an old door warned by elements. You an old door warned by elements. You rattle. An old door warned by elements. You an old door warned by elements. You rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. An old door warned by you rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door. An old door warned by elements. An old door warned by elements. You rattle the handle a bit, then push.
Man.
An old door warned by elements. You rattle the handle a bit. An old door warned by elements. You rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. Not only is it locked,
You know, this reminds me of something. Hold on. By reminds me of, I mean, my complex and, pretty much non-existing thought pattern has led me to a thought. The map. We start in... Okay, I definitely see where we're ending, duh. But we start from the right side of the map, which is usually considered to be, what do we call it? What's the funny word? Whatever. It's the bad guys. The heroic side is usually depicted as left going to right. Oh, you piece of shit. Almost get me killed. Not my fault you walked into my eyesight. Okay.
An old door worn by elements. Guards, you rattle the handle of it. An old door worn by elements.
Boy. Let me try putting one into interfacing and see if that gets us anywhere. No. That's why I was so surprised we hit that, what was it? 8% chance the other day? This is the one, is it? No. These Enderman sounds are annoying. I know it makes a sound if you find a shiny, and that'd be really good for me. But, I really don't want to hear these Endermen anymore. Man, as much as I really want in this door, I'm not sure if we can keep doing this. At least for now. I'm already feeling kind of weak. Kuno's pig. I remember that part at least. The Kuno's pig line or something along that. That 30-minute one was too much. Do you get bothered on YouTube streams when you press your keyboard or chat and your shortcuts? Close the stream and go to theater mode. Sometimes. Sometimes. It does happen. I mainly had that problem on Twitch more.
An old door worn by elements. You rattle the handle. An old door worn by elements. You rattle. An old door worn by elements.
And I thought I had more energy than I actually do. I was ready to hopefully stream this for a good few hours, but I don't know. I'm not sure how much more I have in me.
An old door worn by elements.
Man, I just tried to reset on Minecraft. And by reset, I mean node.
An old door worn by elements. You rattle. An old door worn by elements. An old door worn by elements. You rattle the handle of it, then push on the door with all your weight. It does. An old door worn by elements. An old door worn by elements. You rattle. An old door worn by elements. You rattle the handle.
Something went directly under me. That's annoying. Why do Endermen have to be annoying?
An old door worn by elements. An old door worn by elements. You rattle.
Did I win against the Enderman? Yes.
An old door worn by elements. You rattle.
Mainly because I'm borderline cheating against the Enderman, but too bad.
An
They
old
suck.
door worn by elements. An old door worn by elements. You
Yeah. Hiccup.
An old door worn by elements. An old door worn by elements. You rattle the handle. An old door worn by elements. You An old door worn by elements. You rattle the handle of it. Then an old door worn by elements. Guards. You an old door worn by elements. You worn by elements you rep. An old door worn by elements you An old door worn by elements you retro. An old door worn by you rep.
I always wonder, what if I actually get it and I just don't pay attention and kill it or something?
An old door worn by elements you An old door worn by elements you rattle the handle. An old door worn by elements An old door worn by you An old door worn by elements An old door worn by you rattle. An old door worn by you
I just about reset and I didn't even touch the door. Whoops.
An old door worn by elements you rattle the An old door worn by elements An old door worn by elements you An old door worn by elements you An old door worn by elements An old door worn by elements you An old door worn by elements you An old door worn by An old door worn by elements you An old door worn by elements An old door worn by elements An old door worn old door worn by Elysium. An old door worn by Elysium.
Always amazes me that Endermen are so smart to just walk up to you. And if you're looking a little bit too high, they'll just get you.
An old door worn by Elysium. 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 Rattle the handle of it, then
I'm starting to wonder if Kim's right about we can't get in there.
an old door worn by Elysium. 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 You rattle. An old door worn by Elysium. An old door worn by Elysium. You rattle the handle of it, then push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. Not only is it locked, it's also jammed shut. An old door worn by Elysium. An old door worn by Elysium. An old door worn by Elysium. You rattle the handle of it, then an old door worn by Elysium. You rattle. old door ruled by an old door ruled by Elysium. 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 An old door ruled by you rattle the handle of it. An old door ruled by Elysium. An old door worn by it. You rattle the handle of it. An old door worn by it.
Dude, wait. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. 226. Whoa, Jirachi. Whoa. Surprise Jirachi spawn. Let me try to paralyze it. Okay, that's not. Oh, hey, paralyze. First try. Show Minecraft. Okay. Minecraft. I'm not bothering to readjust the size. Discharge again. If you crit, I'll kill you. Thank you. Get rid of problem? Okay. Destroys the problem. This is actually one of the few I haven't seen the movie for. I've seen Antes, I've seen a few of them. I can discharge again. You're gonna get your healing wish though off. Right? No? Okay. Ugh, Paralyzo. Don't you dare suck all my balls out, man. Wait, I should... There you go. Oh my goodness, please. think you're gonna get Healing Wish off Jirachi. Isn't Jirachi evil? Doesn't it have like a dumb ability
An old
that like always inflicts status effects? Oh hey, got it.
Then push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. Not
Perfect.
only is it locked, it's also jammed shut.
So, which direction was I in? I believe it was this way. Honestly, kind of lower level than I thought it'd be. Oh, what direction was I in? I came from that way. I think I came from this way. Also, he was kind of hard to see because he's yellow on top of yellow. I'm not wrong. It's this way. I'm assuming, yeah. My little lookout that didn't work so well. Canva. Let's look at... see if we can't find it. There it is. Let's put you over there for now. Jirachi can't be held, which, that's fair. He's kind of large. He's a large fellow. Cute. What do you do again exactly? Skills, metal, special attack up. The demons are after me, that's okay. Boost the likelihood of additional effects, that's right. So, I'd want... oh, you're a mix attacker, actually. Okay. You Swift. Oh wow, you don't have anything that you learn naturally. Got it. Oh yeah, a Bisharp back here. Bisharp sometimes spawn. They don't have any animation though. Isn't that so cool? Isn't that so cool? They spawn dirt weak and have no animation. Ah. Ew, I'm sad that my favorite Pokemon doesn't have animations or anything. Well, honestly though, I'm like a lot tired. I really thought I was gonna be able to stream for a good while, but I guess 2 hours is enough to not be upset. It's a reasonable amount, I think. Probably. Something like that. Besides, there's other people on tonight, too. So, I definitely recommend going to watch them. Hiccup. Anything else? No. No, I don't really have anything else, huh? Oh yeah, V recovery for hurricane relief is just about over, so I want to do something special soon before it ends, because I kind of have just been going on like normal. But other than that, I believe that's all. So, as always, I've been Shao, you've been great, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Bye bye.